Hello, mate. Uh, Sorry for the bad shock, but I'm Andrés Bellocq. I'm here to make an overview about my second prototype financial. I call him PESTIS. It's an Eurogame about fighting the dark plague in a medieval city where we guide a guild of medics around the city and trying to do his best to score more victory points and establish her, himself as the best uh, guild of medics in the city. Um, it's an Euro game with another mechanics, obviously. Sorry, a work placement, Euro game work placement with another mechanics, obviously, but he- and get a direction about 1 hour and a half or 2 hours, and was for 2 to 4 players. And okay, go to that. Um, I gonna try to explain the game as we say in Spanish, fast and bad. I gonna made subtitles for that in English, obviously, for because for everyone, but to be clarified to everyone. Okay, this is the city board, the board where we send our medics to or doctors to take actions. We have many actions that there are described by an icon and a name. In this case, hospital sick. It's purchase a sick guy for the waiting line. Prepare medicines. There are four kinds of medicines. One per humor about the theoretical medic of on that age. That was blood, phlegm, yellow bills, and blue bills. Sorry if I missed something. Uh, okay, and there we can exchange uh, empty shards, empty flask for medicine about that if we have the knowledge about the humor, the sick. In this case, the knowledge it's in a circle, the medicine it's in a square. So here we can exchange one empty jar, empty flask for, and if we have the knowledge, we can produce the specific medicine. If not, we gonna get a random medicine, or we can purify a medicine and pick a specific color we want. Apply medicines. We're gonna apply medicines. Alert the people. Uh, try it in the plaza. Over there, we're gonna exchange some empty flask for other goods than uh, medicine. High thugs, it's another action, or bury. Later, I gonna go back over there, but I prefer go first to our clinics. It's where we gonna attend the sick people. The sick people can be citizens card or even our medics or medics. Uh, each sick has a health bar. If the health bar go empty, the person die. If was completed, we the person gonna be restored and we gonna get a reward over there. But even our workers can be sick or die. If one of our workers die, we gonna place over there on the crypts. And for example, in this scenario, the red player at the end of the game gonna score 6 victory point flat. In this case, counts nobles and knights restored or plaza cards or something like that. And if that's the scenario, he's gonna score 6 points 2 times. The creeps are score ending scoring, are for ending scoring. Okay. Or the guy can be restored and say, hey, hey, okay, that's gonna occur if we fill the bar. We're gonna get the guy. We're gonna exchange all the medicines for the same number of active shards, flasks. And that's it. That's it. The other thing that can occur is when when a citizen card die, in this scenario, we send to the morgue. If not, if we restore him, applying all the medicine, we're gonna get this reward. In this case, 1 victory point and 1 crown token. The crown tokens are these ones, and it's another thing for the end of the game. They are placing over there. Uh, Later, I'm gonna go back to there, but keep on that. Get a crown is place crown tile over there. It's the importance in the palace or for the city. It's kind of renowned. Okay, if we get a guy in our morgue, we gonna get other things that when he was alive. Uh, in principle, these two tabs, action tab and knowledge tab. The action tab give us the possibility to make other actions. In this case, it's prepare medicines like there, or can have another thing, for example, apply medicine or hospital sick, or even more. Right? And the other tab is the knowledge tab where we have our knowledge icons. In this case, blue, white, blue, yellow, sorry, or a skill icon. This is a skill icon um, and give us uh, a bonus in different actions. For for example, hospital sick, prepare a medicine or apply medicine. If where doctor was skilled, we can make these actions multiple times. One time for each skill we have. We start with one skill icon, but in this scenario, the red player has two uh, skill icons. So he can uh, hospital hospitalize two citizens. Uh, Guessing the guy wants this guy and this another guy. For getting this, he get random medicine for the bag. For this guy, he gets nothing, and for this one, the most recent one, uh, citizen, he has to pay one medicine, and after he picks all he wants, that gets refilled with more sick people, and was has to place okay the the cubes in his bar. So the skill icon give us the potentially do better some actions. Hospitalize, prepare medicines, or apply medicines. Another thing, the knowledge icon, the circle ones, give us as a set collection some points at the end of the game. The that represent the investigation that we made about the illness. Okay. The other things we can do on our personal boards is go to the morgue. If we go to the morgue, we can make all action tabs we have in our morgue. In this case, I prepare medicine and apply medicine, and or chop a body from our morgue and place on one of our three shards. For example, this one. Then we remove that tile and get the bonus over there. Three medicines, one doctor, and nothing. This place we have a crown token. Um, okay, and we get a new spot and this bonus. In this scenario, we in another turn we can go over there and we have a place to apply medicine for only us. And now we have also three skill icons. This this spot is not affected by skill actions. Even prepare medicine in the city, yes, what was affected. Okay. So uh, um, we're gonna play. We're gonna until this card was revealed from the in the waiting line. It's the Grim Reaper and was shuffle with the last three cards. So we're gonna left there. Okay. Okay, the actions in the city. Hospital a sick. Take a card. Prepare medicine. Exchange white cubes for colored ones. Apply medicines. Take cubes from your cabinet and apply in your uh, patients. Okay. Barring, you can remove uh, a corpse from the pile of corpses or from your morgue and get the reward, the bonus, the action that was in the little tombstone. Apply medicine, stole a corpse, and more. Get a book, get a crown, and many things. Okay. Right in the plaza, here we're gonna exchange the empty flask for some other goods than medicines. Uh, that can be many things. Um, for example, if we're gonna go and give nothing, we can receive three empty shards. For one flask, we get one specific medicine that the color we pick. For two flask, we get a new Chrome token. For three, we get a Plaza card. The Plaza cards are two kinds, give us victory points, and one of the kinds give us protections. Was the the species the doctor putting his nose from prevent himself from the get sick, uh, and give that one give protects us from the number four. Later gonna see what that means. Or straw that give that only uh, in this the straw only we maximum we can get one sick doctor each round, and there are more cards. That one, that's one. Okay. Poison that you may uh, damage, alhaja give you points, fancy hat, and pardon, other things. Okay. Um, for 4 flask, we're gonna get one leech that works as a wild medicine, and we the leech don't was expand. You can reuse the leech many times. And finally, for 5 flask, we can get a book. The books gives us knowledge. It can be an icon or a skill icon. There are only 5, so run for it. And starting in the plaza are the guards. We use 2 guards for only 2 players. 3 and 4, we only use one. And the guards. As you notice, we have a reputation track. Each time a patient die in our hospital, we're gonna lose reputation. The the red number was negative victory points for the end, and we also have 3 zones wanted, hide and seek zones. So that means that's affect how us how gonna be our encounters with the guard, because the guards are neutral workers, can be used by everyone in some conditions. The principal condition is you gonna place your medics over the guard, so you can take the guard and make another action. The guard don't see skill icon, so in this scenario, he only can prepare medicines one time. No, don't matter how many skill icons the player has, because it's a guard, it's not a doctor. And okay, but for the encounter, we have to check the wanted level. On level 1, the guard give us the favor without problem. On level 2, he makes us the favor, but he wants some medicine in exchange. On level 3, he take medicine from us and place and let our doctor go to the flank to go to the jail, and level 4 the same but more medicines. Uh, but we can get more actions on hashtags with more wanted level we have. Hashtags is a place where the guard can go, because a guard can't uh, hashtags, only doctors, and there we can damage a patient, remove a cube, and or steal a corpse. Steal a corpse gives you a corpse without a guy died in your hospital, so it's really good. Hospital a doctor, it's punching him to the hospital, or entomb a doctor. Any of that can be do you can do from over your patient or doctor, or from other player. Okay, and the last action is alert the people. It's the upkeep action in disguise. Uh, cannot be made by a guard as hair tags. But if you send a doctor over there, you're gonna take the bell and restore a reputation spot. And then you made all these upkeep uh, uh, steps. The first one is a last minute action. Each player who has workers abilities can make an action in his personal board. For example, morgue, or for example, anything. On step two, each player removes a corpse from his morgue. Step three, each sick guy on the city or world removes a cube, gets damage for the sick. Step four, we're gonna throw the dice, and the doctors who are in the two red or three green get sick. Um, for example, that guy gets sick. Go over there and take two medicine from here. Taka taka. And step five, everyone gets back his doctors. The bell tile is the player uh, gives back to the board at the end of his next turn. It's only for the no one player ring the bell all his turns because he can kill everyone and it's not funny. And that means if a player has passed two turns, that can occur because the number of doctors it's variable. Everyone lost two reputations, and the bell rings by himself. Okay, by himself, and that's occur until the green card was revealed, or some player have all his doctor died, six, or in the blank. And then we gonna go to score. Previous for that, we're gonna exchange our crown tokens in order priority order. The guy with has more crowns picks first one of these favor, noble favors or something like that. The yellow can be picked anytime by everyone. The purple ones only for one player. And you give us different things: a restore reputation, a book, free cards, or place one of these three tombstone in a row. Um, that which works equal to the same scenario that the other one. For example, in this scenario, at the end of the game, the red player gets 12 points and 2 points for each doctor over here. So 12, 14, 16. Sorry. The yellow also gets 2 points for that and 4 points for each two plaza cards. And the black player only gets four for each noble or knight he restored. And then the last thing is that tile. It's a helping tile. We can spend any time during the game, and we're gonna get two random medicines and get back a doctor, or move a guard, or get a skill icon during the next action. If we don't use that helping tile during the game, we're gonna spend when the Grim is revealed for place a guy and dump a guy over there. That's it. That's the game. I hope you like it. You were interested, and if you want, we are we can talk. So thank you for your time, and see you later.